Good evening, I'm Jeff Lyons. It is 9 o'clock here, Thursday, May the 7th. Time for the First Alert Weather Show at 9. And we have some sunshine, warmer temperatures on the way, couple chances of rain. Not a whole lot has changed with the forecast other than the rain chances have kind of dwindled a little bit for Sunday. So I am watching your comments here on the 14 News Facebook page, so feel free to put something in there if you want, or not. You don't have to. This is, a non-credit course, so I don't take attendance, although I know who the regular attendees are. It's going to be clear overnight. Temperatures will fall into the middle 40s again, and then things will be warming up on Friday into the 70s, Saturday closer to 80. Sunday we stay in the 70s, but we have that chance of rain on Mother's Day, and as I'll show you here in a minute, it's not a clear-cut situation of a front moving through. It's going to be a little messy perhaps. All right, no problems tonight. A few clouds tomorrow in the morning, and then by the afternoon and evening we have widespread cloud cover and a fast-moving system coming in from the northwest, but it will be decaying, meaning the showers and storms that come with it, and we may hear some thunder. We're not expecting severe weather, by the way. As that sweeps through, then it will leave in its wake a little bit of rain, maybe a quarter of an inch or so, and it will be out of here before sunrise on Saturday morning. And then we're sunny again on Saturday, and then there was Mother's Day. It kind of rolled by pretty quick. But I think you get the general gist of it there. We just kind of have that scattered shower activity possibly on Sunday. By Saturday morning, your rain gauge hopefully will have another quarter of an inch of rain in it or more. Temperatures right now are in the middle 50s already, so it is going to cool down pretty nicely. Back to our north, we had some showers earlier, and you can see how they're kind of breaking up right now, and that'll be the same scenario tomorrow night when that system moves through. Our humidity right now at 55%. It's good sleeping weather out there. It might be a little cool to keep the windows open, but if you like that cool air, there's nothing better than this time of the year. Low 40s this morning. We did get to 64 this afternoon, and as I mentioned, our temperatures are gradually warming. We're about a degree warmer than we were yesterday at this time. That low this morning and the afternoon high were both about 10 to 12 degrees colder than the typical Mayfair. You know what I mean, the typical temperatures we would get in May. This is my 10th day in a row here. I'm kind of losing it. I'm off tomorrow, so you won't have to look at me again for 3 days. But anyhow, 64 on Thursday, and we have had no rain, of course, today. We do expect a little late tomorrow night. It'll probably show up on Saturday's total. So for the month, we're behind by about a half an inch of rainfall. The drought monitor updated today, and surprisingly, there's a little notch in here now where we did get some heavy rain over the past couple of days and weeks, and that at least eased the abnormally dry situation in Posey County and Gibson. So if you live there in Edwards, Wabash, and the eastern half of White County. Now, I mean, this isn't exact lines on the map. If you're out there in your corn or bean field or your garden or wherever it is, you know whether it's too dry or not. But abnormally dry has at least peeled back a bit. Unfortunately, most of western Kentucky still at a severe to extreme level of drought. That includes our southern counties there, Hopkins and Muhlenberg. On the satellite pic, we have no drought relief coming anytime soon. We do have rain, but not the kind of persistent rain over a period of time that it takes to alleviate drought conditions. By tomorrow night, that low will be at about the Quad Cities there, Burlington, Iowa. And as it pushes in, out ahead of it, we have those showers coming across. And right on its heels, we have another cold front coming in. That's the one that will bring us some scattered showers on Mother's Day. But it will have less moisture to work with, therefore less rainfall in the gauge when it's all said and done. Temperatures after that front passes will drop to about 69 Then we go back into the mid-70s there Tuesday through Thursday next week. And you can see going into next week, we are dry for Monday and Tuesday. At least the GFS keeps us dry, with some rain coming in Tuesday night and early Wednesday, and then dry again through Thursday. And more rain potentially on Friday. Now the GFS has been doing this to us pretty much all year, where it keeps putting that rain at the end of the forecast period, and then it keeps moving it out. We never get the rain. The GFS for the 1 week, now that would be from now until next Friday, only advertising there around a half an inch of rain on average across the tri-state. The European model is bringing in some of those Mother's Day showers late on Sunday night, clearing us Monday and Tuesday, but then showers returning Tuesday night and early Wednesday. So similar to the GFS in its approach there, and maybe some rain on Friday, although a little less of a signal for it there on the European. And the European is, well, a lot drier than the GFS, as it often is, in its estimate for the next 1 week of rainfall. 46 degrees for tonight. Tomorrow, Friday, 74, and then over the next 7 days, we will see temperatures in the middle 70s next week. Should be a real nice week, actually, and warmer than normal there through the 21st now of May, and it looks like we will get back to dry weather, or drier than normal, too. This is Cringer. Cringer's probably cringing at me. I'm babbling out here tonight. I don't know what my problem is. Anyway, let's get your questions and comments in here. Maybe you can bail me out with some intelligence. That's always appreciated. You all always come through with that. All right, let's see what we have here. Well, we got Suzanne Daly watching from Morganfield this evening. Thanks, Suzanne, for watching. Cheyenne Hammond's always in there. There's Lenny Howard. Haven't seen you in a couple days, Lenny, but it's good to have you as always here over in Whitesville. Zach Seeds, concerns about stronger thunderstorms this week or the next 2 weeks at this time. Well, of course, we're always concerned about the potential for severe weather, especially in May. That tends to be our most active severe weather month. But no, there really isn't a strong signal for anything like that in the coming days. Now, when I say that, what I'm thinking, I hope, is the same as what you're thinking. You know, if we get a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings, that's kind of par for the course. I think what you're asking me, or at least the way I interpret it, is like sort of outbreak or low-end outbreak kind of stuff where you get a lot of severe weather, tornadoes, damaging winds and that. And no, there's no signal for that anywhere in the data right now. All right. Jeff Miller, good evening. William Raleigh, you think we're going to have a hot, dry summer or wet, cooler summer? What's my thoughts? Hearing about a super El Nino. Yeah, I read about super El Nino. You know, some of the science papers I looked at were pretty terrifying. You know, I don't know that I agree with that kind of language in there. I mean, you know, I think people kind of tune it out. What I do know, again, just from what I've read and looked at, we are expecting a stronger than normal El Nino to develop later this summer and continue perhaps through the winter and into next spring. El Nino years around here usually, and I'm saying that carefully because there's no typical El Nino as it turns out, or La Nina. The overall pattern tends to favor kind of hot, dry summer for us. But we've had those years, you know, where that didn't play out. I'll have to get some El Nino graphs together, and we'll run those in Science Corner. I don't have them loaded in here tonight. I'm going to talk about drought, but yeah, but there is a stronger, much stronger than normal El Nino expected, perhaps one of the strongest in our lifetimes. Let's see. James Allen Garrison heard on the 2:30 show that it's going to really warm up next week. Came into the stream towards the end. Yep, I think Arden was advertising the big warm-up next week too, so we are expecting that. Connie Wicks is on. All right, thank you, Connie. Glad to have you in there. All right, let's see. I wanted to talk real quick about the drought situation, which I mentioned earlier. You know, the rain has kind of nibbled away at some of it here in the tri-state, but if you go back to that broader view, and this kind of goes to William Raleigh's question about Super El Nino. And you look at how much of the nation is already in a drought or in drought conditions. And extreme, of course, is the red. Exceptional would be the darker red. And this is where you've had, wildfires going on. So there are impacts to this. And El Nino sometimes can then make it even worse in that same belt for drought conditions and hot as well. And it tends to disrupt the hurricane season. So you would have fewer hurricanes in a given year. All right, so back to the drought itself, and I think I've mentioned this before, and you probably know this just from your experience, is that once we get into drought, it's very difficult to get out of it because it kind of is a self-fulfilling prophecy, or it basically just regenerates. And the way it does that is once the soil dries out down here, evaporation then accelerates, so you lose the moisture from the soil more rapidly. And you can go out and water and water and water, but if we're not getting actual rain and humidity values are low, the water, a lot of it is lost back to evaporation. And so over time, if you kind of keep getting less and less rain and more evaporation, eventually, the land dries out, and it makes the drought basically tighten its grip. And so even when we get showers and storms over the area, oftentimes the rain will evaporate before it gets to the surface, or much of it will. And so it's hard to get that 2-inch gully washer, that sometimes we will get in the summertime. And so you then have a harder time getting storms that will produce rainfall out there that will help us out. We're not going to talk about weather and baseball tonight. I don't know why I put that in there. I think we talked about that a couple Science Corners ago. But anyway, we're expecting a little light rain tomorrow night and again Sunday. And that's pretty much all I have for you here this evening. Carolyn Faye Lovelace is watching us from Hobstadt. Well, we're glad to have you in Gibson County. Let's see. And we've got, I think we have one more in here. Oh, there it is right there. Angie Wampler from Vincennes. I think that got everybody. All right. Well, we really appreciate you watching here this evening on Thursday night. Arden Gregory will be holding down the fort now tomorrow here. So you can ask her your questions. She'll give you some informed answers, not the ones like I make up. And I'll see you on 14 News at 10 and then on Monday. Please stay safe and have a great night.